So we're doing a complete tear down and rebuild, mainly a cleaning the baseboard heater here. There's a lot of dirt, a lot of gunk there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to straighten these out. But the main thing here is the wiring. So as you can see, the black and white wiring coming from the wall connects to the baseboard heater. So the live end goes to the red, the neutral end goes to the black. I'm going to pay attention. It does not matter the color of the mirror. You could use pink, green, blue, or what the hell ever, but that wiring has to be exactly the way it is when you take it apart. Of course I hit the breaker, but now what we're going to do is we're going to use the screwdriver. We're going to hit these out. There's a whole bunch of them that are in there that are holding this wall in. And we're going to unscrew them. We're going to remove this. We're going to take a rag and we're going to wipe everything out. See all that dust? When this part here is burning, it is burning that dust. That is what's making you sick. Plus what's on top of here and behind here as well. This entire thing gets hot, creates gases, makes you sick. We're going to do a cleaning. This probably has never been cleaned ever, and we're going to do it now. So right now I'm going to take out the screws. We're going to put this outside. So I got the son of a bitchin' baseboard heater removed from the friggin' wall. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to take a look at it, and I'm going to explain it as I do. These were connected to the power as you had seen in the previous video. The red goes behind this part here, and the black attaches to this one here. Okay? So we're going to go all down. We're going to straighten this out. We're going to straighten this out. Straighten that out. We're going to look over here. So take a look at these connections. That red that was on the other side connects to this merit and to this black, which is right there. And then this part connects to this part of the baseboard heater. Okay? Now, there is a wire which is right there, which connects to the other side of that. And that goes all the way, touching this part here. Touching, and it ends up right there. Look at this stuff right here. I can just put my finger there. You can, there's like grossness. Now, the reason why I'm cleaning this is because, as you can see, there is gunk on these things here, these flaps, which are melting as the heater is heating up, not to mention the dust. Now, not just these get hot, but this gets hot too. This gets hot too. So you know what? Nobody thinks about people with kids that destroy these son of a bitch in here. So they had to replace these because of kids. So let's look at the other side of this. Okay, this is what we have. Now, a lot of you are looking at this and you're shaking your head and you're probably saying to yourself, oh, I have the exact same thing too. I had to do this with my kids. This building that I'm in was built way back in the 80s. And the way that they went and fastened them in is by using these things here, which some of you may look familiar, and they have the adjustable friggin' things which open and close when you press on them. I just sheared a few out of the friggin' drywall. That literally had to rip these out because of this. I could not get a good grab on this to make this loose and remove it properly. So I sheared them out. Not a big deal. And everybody has their own opinion on how to fasten these to the wall, but these holes right here are what you use to fasten to the wall. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean out all this fucking gunk, the cobwebs. I'm gonna straighten these out with the friggin' pliers. I'm gonna remove this with varnish and all that shit, make this nice and clean so that way when it's burning clean and it's not making any gases. Okay, so do you want to look where it was? So yeah, let's look at where it was. Okay, so I just took a torch and I melted all that fucking plastic in there. As you can see, it's a big blob. I took my needle nose pliers and bent all those somewhat into shape. You can see that none of them are actually any more bent and distorted. But if you want to take this out, there's a little tab on the bottom of this, and these just actually slide out like that. You see that tab at the bottom of my thumb right there? The little triangle piece? That goes into the bottom of there, which holds it in. The exact same thing on this side. And these actually just slide out. Just like that. And you can just take it out, but make sure you disconnect that wire right there. And then you can take it out and clean it. Okay? Just like this. Woohoo! I'm gonna put it down right there. I'm gonna finish burning the shit out of that and straightening it out. And then now I can scrape out this part and clean out that son of a bitch and track right there. Get all that dust and gunk out of there with some soap and water and some heat. And this guy. So, I'm gonna work on that. Okay, so here is a closer view of all of these that are somewhat straightened. This part here, I went and melted the hell out of everything, but you have to be very careful with these because these are flimsy. They're just really lightweight aluminum and they're just held into there, and you can just they're not in there like secure. Okay, so they are just held in there lightly. You can take a little needle-edge pliers and straighten these out like I had done, and you can just slightly tweak them into place. Okay, I think this is the same way it is for vehicles with your radiator, the same lightweight aluminum. Okay, so all the dust and stuff has been pretty much cleaned out of this and burned out of this with my Tiger torch. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this back into the baseboard heater. So looking at the back of this, I went and did a pretty good job of getting this cleaned up. A lot of this I had to scrape off with a wood chisel, a flat wood chisel, and I got most of the hard compact dirt out. But you see this little brown strip here along here? Somebody went and put a strip on there, which is like a foam strip, like a weather stripping, and that was probably to prevent all the debris from going in the back here and falling down. Probably supposed to make that a little more whatever to prevent debris from going in there. So now what I gotta do is I gotta go to the wall where this goes into, okay, and I gotta make sure that I'm gonna choose one of these holes to secure this to the wall. And I gotta do that in a way and not just screw it into the wall, but I gotta clean up the wall itself and make it so that way this is secure. And I'm not gonna use the same method that they did with that weird picture hanging device. So I might just use screws just to put it into the wall, because I might have to do this again into the future. Take this out. Okay? So I'm gonna cut this out right here and I'm gonna figure that out. Okay, so we've reached a point where we're gonna put it back onto the wall, and as you can tell, I had done a lot of cleaning, and it looks like the previous contractor just painted around the baseboard. As you can tell, that is where I ripped out those things because they were not cooperating with me. And it looks worse over here. But that's fine, because once I put this on, it's going to hide it. Now you're wondering, how exactly am I going to fasten this to the wall? I'm going to be using these screws here. Okay, so this is going to go onto there. I'm going to put a mark with a whatever. I'm going to poke a hole into there, put an insert, a plastic insert, and then this is going to screw, fastening this to the wall, and it's going to grab that insert, a drywall insert, okay? And how many of these do I have? I have about 8, and that should secure this to the wall. Nice, flat, and flush. Like should be no gap between this edge and the wall. Okay, everybody. Now, a lot of you electricians are out there screaming your heads off. You can't do that. And all the do-gooder son of a bitch and Red Seal electricians and all that crap. Not interested in listening to. You're not the one that is here that is listening to this. This video is just a demonstration how to clean it, how I took it apart, how I'm putting it back together. For anybody else that has the same issue. Now, once I plug this in, once I turn the breaker back on, it's going to smell like the cleaning product that I used to clean it with. So it'll smell bad for probably about 10 minutes, but it will eventually burn off after a few days, and then everything will be back to normal. There will be no more harsh smells making yourself sick. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why you will be sick, is because this is not cleaned out. I'm going to zoom in on this so you can all see the numbers regarding it. But yeah, after this I'm going to just put it together and turn it on, and that will be that. Sean Carlson, Black Shack 98 Enterprises. Okay, everybody, this is all plugged in, this is all installed, this is the last part of the video. As you can see, I got it nicely flush to the wall, so not really very much is going in there. The wiring has been hooked up, and this is now producing heat, which means there was no explosion. So, as it's heating up, I can feel it. This is a success. And you can look at the clearance at the bottom, all the way along. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Yay!